How do you balance homeschool, parenting, and marriage? This is such a great question. There may be other things you have to balance, like especially if you work or something else, but those things are pretty good. Homeschool and parenting and marriage. How do you balance those things? Well, the first thing you want to do is get a new definition of balance. So what you're kind of tending to think, most of us are, is how do we balance it in terms of, equal time or equal priority, or make these things work, etc. And what I like to stress to people is that balance is not a matter of the same amounts, but the right amount of the right thing. So if you have soup and you don't put salt in it, I don't know if you had unsalted things, but they're usually not quite as good. But you don't want 50% salt. That's not balance. Balance would be the right amount of the right ingredient. So when you look at your homeschool and your parenting and your marriage, it's not just about that right amount, which is important, but it's really about the right hierarchy or sequence or priorities. And I'm going to tell you it works like this. The leverage point is your marriage. If your marriage goes poorly, it will make sure the parenting goes poorly because you won't be aligned, and that'll make sure that the homeschooling goes poorly because it will be a me against them problem. So what you really want to do is have a hierarchy. The most important thing in your life, it needs to be your marriage, if you're married. The next most important is your approach to parenting, because it sets a frame. And then your third most important will be the homeschool. Homeschool is not going to make up for problems in your marriage, not going to make up for issues in your parenting. So get those priorities down and then start figuring out how to improve it. I'm going to tell you, think that way. Think about constant improvement. How's our marriage getting better than it was last month? Same with our parenting approach, and same with our homeschooling. A lot of this, in fact, I'd say in all three of these areas, what is at issue more than anything is something as simple as resolving conflicts or issues. Look, you cannot avoid conflicts because if you're both the same, one of you is necessary. So we're always going to have that issue, but we want to resolve them. So how do we take an area in our marriage and deal with it in such a way that it never comes up again, that it's solved? How do we take an issue in our parenting so we get so united in what we're doing that it never comes up again? It's solved. That could be something as simple as bedtime. How do we take a homeschooling approach that gets settled so it's not anything we conflict about, that we really know what we're doing? Every one of those things Jody and I had to battle through and still work on them. So be encouraged, but realize it's going to be the right hierarchy and the right proportions, and have fun figuring that out. Hope this helps. Be sure to subscribe to this channel for more videos about homeschooling. If you're interested in our educational courses, visit our website, independenthomeschool.com, by clicking the link in the description below.